This is your all-access pass, Doors Open Milwaukee, to all of these buildings. And with your preview of what's new and how to make the most of it, I am so excited to welcome back to What's on Tap from historic Milwaukee, Grace Fuhr. Grace, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
This is your time to shine. You must be preparing. Do the preparations continue all year long? Or is this just crunch time? You're like, I just make a bunch of phone calls and everybody steps up.
This is definitely crunch time. Really, the bulk of the planning begins in spring when we start recruiting and inviting sites. Throughout summer, we recruit volunteers to staff the event. And then the 2 weeks leading into the event, we're distributing materials to all 169 locations. And
wow.
Yeah.
Now, and I know people love to volunteer as well as to go and be at a building all day long and welcome people in and share that excitement and wonder of walking in and being impressed by.
Absolutely. We have more than 500 volunteers this year.
Wow.
Half of whom are UWM architecture students, which is a great opportunity for them to get out and experience Milwaukee. Many of them are new to the city, so we're very excited about that collaboration.
What a wonderful partnership, and educational in such a fun, experiential way. Mm-hmm. That's a brilliant partnership. So, Grace, when was your first Doors Open? This is the 15th annual?
This is the 15th annual. Yeah, I've been in this role for 9 years, but I got to experience the first ever Doors Open in a previous role for Historic Milwaukee.
So you've been from the day one.
From day one.
How has it changed from that hopeful planning to now being an experienced planner?
Yeah. So the amazing thing about the first year, the person who coordinated it was a volunteer for Historic Milwaukee who had visited Doors Open Denver and Doors Open Toronto. His name's George Wagner, and he was a longtime tour guide for Historic Milwaukee. So he went to these other cities and thought, well, Milwaukee has even cooler buildings, no shade to Denver, but but he thought Milwaukee could do this. So he brought the idea to Historic Milwaukee, who immediately adopted it and said, George, if you want to organize it, that'd be great.
George did a great job. How many buildings were part of the first?
The first year we had 80 buildings and 10,000 people showed up. And George and others who were coordinating it from the beginning thought if we can so they had US Bank right off the bat, and some churches and City Hall to participate, then others will fall in line, which was definitely what happened. So we're up now to 169 sites this year. Last year, we had about 154 locations and more than 71,000 site visits.
My goodness. Well, congratulations. And I'm glad that you've gotten to see it connect with people and really grow. And I'll share with you that at the Republican National Convention on day one, it was my job to interview delegates and get their impression of the city. And the very first delegate I interviewed was from Philadelphia. And I said, what do you think of Milwaukee so far? And I was very surprised. Bratz or whatever. He said, I'm so impressed by the architecture. Your city has beautiful architecture. And it struck me because I'm like, you're from one of the most historic cities in the country, Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. And you're impressed by Milwaukee's architecture. So I think that's wonderful that our city has maintained the variety of architecture and buildings and made that a priority to have historic landmarks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And so many new uses for such historic buildings.
So what's new on the list this year of all of these buildings? It's an intimidating list, but I must commend you. It is incredibly well organized. The technology has kept up, and you now have a printable PDF.
We do.
On historic, what's the correct website?
Yeah, so if you go to historicmilwaukee.org or doorsopenmilwaukee.org, you'll get to that list of Doors Open locations. So there's a printable PDF, and then there's also a website that allows you to create a favorites list, sort by if you could go out on Saturday versus Sunday, if you're interested in churches or historic spaces or all kinds of ways of filtering or family-friendly locations. You can plan it that way.
And accessibility, which
Absolutely.
Is also wonderful. So historicmilwaukee.org and doorsopen.org?
Doorsopenmilwaukee.org.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's new this year?
So we have 30 new locations, and I'm excited personally about the House of Rad, which is a really cool artist collective that has been located in the River West neighborhood for a long time, but they have a new location in the Valley. And so they're in a big, huge, cool, historic warehouse space. And I have not yet made it there. So that's someplace that I'm going to prioritize visiting this weekend. But they do a great job just entertaining people and showcasing art in real life.
And I say the head of RAD is artist Brandon Minga, and he is just a gregarious, passionate, very cool person who happens to be incredibly artistically talented. So he's the right person to be at House of Rad.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's one of the greatest things, too, about Doors Open is that typically the owners and the cult of personalities are the ones who are out leading the tours who aren't there maybe in other contexts. So it's a great chance to meet those folks in real life.
And it's going to be new for you. So that's saying something right there.
Exactly. Yes.
What else is new of the 30 new locations?
A couple other art sites I'd like to shout out. MyAd is opening for the first time the whole building. So not just the art galleries on the river level, but you'll be able to go up and see student studios and the photography lab and the printing studio. So that'll be a really unique opportunity. Also in a historic building, now home to our art institute. The Kenilworth building on the east side is corresponding their open studios with student art and Doors Open. So again, you'll be able to go there and see these amazing artists on display. Going downtown, the Wisconsin Club is participating for the first time. So if you've ever been invited to an event there, you've had the opportunity to see it, but there's still pllenty of people that haven't had the opportunity to go to a meeting, a gala.
That's very special.
Yeah, and it was, of course, a historic mansion for Alexander Mitchell, and has for many, many years been the Wisconsin Club, very close to Central Library, which is another great Doors Open
The Wisconsin
site.
Club is absolutely gorgeous inside. When you say a mansion, and you're right, really the only reason to go is when you have a special occasion or a gala, but it is absolutely beautiful to stroll through there and take all that in. And yeah, the Central Library, absolutely lovely. What else is new that stands out to you?
So I visited this morning for the first time She Slangs Wood, which is a very cool art collective in the Harambe neighborhood. And kind of the hallmark of this space is that it has a huge giant sawmill in the backyard of this building. And Tonda Thompson owns the building, and she and the sawmill, and she's the only Black woman to own a sawmill of this scale in the world. So you can see some woodworking in action. It's just a really cool space. So I would definitely recommend stopping by there.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And while people who are there who know how to use the sawmill and keep you safe, and you can look at it in awe.
Yes, exactly. Right. You might have to sign a waiver. No, I don't think you can use the sawmill that day.
But I love that what you've talked about so far that is new to Doors Open Milwaukee, artful buildings and also historic buildings.
Right. Yep. A newer building is the Hop streetcar facility. So kind of by the Amtrak intermodal station, close to where we are downtown
many
now.
people have been to the Hop. That is cool.
Yes. Yeah. And it's not like you can't go there. This truly is one that it's not open to the public typically. And they're going to have a Hop streetcar there that's parked that you can hop on and talk to a conductor or an operator, I should say, about how to drive a streetcar. So that'll be a really cool one to bring the kids to.
That is very unique. The Hop streetcar facility. That is very, very Milwaukee.
Yes.
So we'll talk about some other categories that caught my eye. We talked about what's new, and I want to talk about some other spaces that surprised me that are on Doors Open Milwaukee's list, but excited me as well. And we're also going to get your tips on how to make the most of Doors Open Milwaukee, because we cannot clone ourselves. I know you know some of the best ways to get in the most fun at Doors Open Milwaukee. Stay with us. She is Grace Fuhr from Historic Milwaukee with your exclusive Doors Open preview on What's on Tap.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Potential is like God's love. It lives within everyone and shows us that we are made for more. At Og Prep, faith ignites excellence in academics, the arts, athletics, and every aspect of our lives. Students don't just realize their full potential, we learn to soar. The #1 K-12 school in Milwaukee is expanding to the North Shore and is now enrolling grades K4 through 6th and 9th. Og Prep North, made for more. Apply today at ogprep.org.
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee new car dealer members have service technicians, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam member new car.
$7.29 a bag. Plus, get a $25 Fleet Farm gift card free when you buy $100 worth of Keen, Carhartt, or Timberland Pro footwear. Count on Fleet Farm to deliver the goods at the best prices guaranteed. And find even more weekly deals at fleetfarm.com.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org, and you can discover so much at Doors Open Milwaukee, presented by Historic Milwaukee for the 15th year. Grace Fuhr of Historic Milwaukee has been giving us a preview. You've shared what's new, and I want to share with you some of the things that excited me. I saw some trends. Like, for example, if you love beer, there are breweries you can go to.
Not only that, but I just have to do a quick shout out.
Yeah.
Gathering Place Brewery made a Doors Open beer this year that just dropped this week. And it has a beautiful can that has this really beautiful painting of City Hall on it. So that's exciting.
That's a collector's item right there.
It is.
Gathering Place, Component, Dead Bird, Torzala, Urban Harvest. You can even go to the Stone Creek Coffee Factory, which is cool. And while we're on the drinking beer, the bars you can go to. Two classics, Grace, At Random and Bryant's.
So cool. We love those places.
I want to know if they're turning on the lights.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You don't want to have the lights on in those places.
Holler House, Falcon Bowl, best place at the historic Pabst Brewery. Like, if you only went to those 5 places, you're going to get a real feel for some Milwaukee culture.
Absolutely. Another beverage place that's a little bit different is Goodland Extracts, and they make THC beverages in Bayview and a warehouse.
And I think Great Lakes Distillery is on your list as well.
Absolutely.
And for kids, honestly, Firehouse Stations 1, 21, and 27, and the Milwaukee Fire Museum, which I didn't know we had here.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah. In an
almost
old
embarrassed to say.
firehouse, they do a great job.
And it's the 150th anniversary of the Milwaukee Fire Department, so I bet there's some good stuff there at the Milwaukee Fire Museum, plus getting inside the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music, which is such a gorgeous building
Beautiful.
on the east side. And then you got some unusual locations, like the Milwaukee Robotics Academy.
That's one of my daughter's favorite. She's 7.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, definitely a cool place to get them excited about robotics and STEM stuff.
There's also the Model Railroad Club of Milwaukee you can visit. There's the planetarium at UWM. Then we get really interesting, MADAC, Milwaukee Area Department of Animal Control.
You can go see some possible pets.
And how
future
they
pets.
take care of them. And then maybe the most unusual, Grace, is the Heritage Funeral Home.
Yes. Yep. And actually, interestingly, that's a current funeral home, but we have 2 other places that are former funeral homes, now art galleries. 5 Points Art Studio and Gallery is a former funeral home, as well as Villa Arco, which is now an event space on the south side. So
Interesting. It's so many artful spaces, and of course, churches aplenty. If you go to the list at historicmilwaukee.org or doorsopenmilwaukee.org, you just go to the S section and see all the saints and see how many churches, in addition to the Basilica of St. Joseph at.
Yeah.
So there is truly something for everyone. So Grace, before I let you go, because you have been part of Doors Open Milwaukee for years, you were part of the first, now you're part of the 15th. Give us 1 or 2 tips on how to make the most of Doors Open Milwaukee over the Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
if you're traveling with kids, definitely pick up a printed family passport. There's 22 locations that are doing activities specifically for kids. So the passport will be available at any of those locations. And if you go to our website, doorsopenmilwaukee.org, then you can create your own favorites list, pick a theme that you're interested in, and make your week or your weekend rather. I would say the average person visits about 5 locations. So don't try to do too much.
Don't beat yourself up if you can, because I'm a checklist person. So I was like, oh, 169, that's actually intimidating, but it's just wonderful. So thank you for all that you do to coordinate and organize what a wonderful citywide event in Doors Open Milwaukee. Thank you very much, Grace Fuhr.
Thank you.